it's Monday, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Marcus in the Man Cave with your boy Marcus, and I'm joined by yours truly, the best co-host in the world, Miss Janelle Mayfield. How you doing, lady?
Oh, we're fancy.
You see that? You like that? A
Yeah.
little improvement. A little improvement. See, I did some. I did some work. I see you down there, Anthony. Welcome back. We're back in the man cave after we got kicked out
Yeah,
last week.
yeah, we got kicked out, bro. It's all good. We back.
Oh,
You know what I'm
nice.
saying?
Yeah, but the ladies held it down. They had a good show over there on Instagram.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show. And from that show, we have Erica with us tonight. So if you were at Ladies Night, you saw Erica, and she was with Ra and with Janelle, and they were discussing some real topics. Well, Ra has decided to take some time and prepare herself, for bringing life into this world. And so we're going to support her in that, and we're going to keep her in our thoughts, and y'all keep uplifting her. But for the, foreseeable future, we're going to have Erica here with us. So I think, that's awesome. So welcome to the Man Cave.
Thank you.
All right. So as we do every week, Janelle, what'd you do this weekend?
Trevor went to Las Vegas. Zaire went with my parents. I had the whole place to myself. I took myself out to eat. I got up and got cute, y'all. I lived my best life this weekend. It was marvelous.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. So, I didn't do much this weekend. I did try to go out, try to enjoy myself a little bit. But the COVID shot was approved today. So then today I decided to get my COVID shot, and I'm not gonna try to persuade other people to do it. But I had COVID. I know it's not a hoax. That joint was rough. So I got my Fauci ouchie, and I'm looking forward to dose 2. So now that it's FDA approved, I don't want to hear no excuses no more about it. It's not even approved. Like, it's approved now. So y'all can make that decision on your own. Anthony, what did you do?
This weekend, probably the biggest thing was I played at this DC event. Well, it's not just DC, but it's this thing called Dinner on Blanc. It's like an all-white party at the end of the summer. It's in multiple cities, but this weekend it was in DC. So DuPont Brass played for that.
Cool. Yeah, I saw that. I had a few friends that went, and I thought I heard y'all in the background. I was like, sounded like perfection, so I knew it had to be y'all.
What'd you say?
I miss it every year.
Yeah, it's like a secret. It's honestly, you have to bring your own food. Oh, well, let me not say nothing bad about it, but for real, it's really just, it's like,
I didn't know that.
It's just a big flex. It's basically like, let me come here and be rich on Instagram and just flex on the regular people, because it's a secret party. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we don't even know where it is till the day of.
Really?
We don't know any details. I never know the details anyway for the gigs, but because I just don't be paying attention. But we don't know the details until Brent sent it to us like the day before, the day of, like, hey, we're gonna be here. There's no address. He just sends us a map and it's like, go to the red dot. So it's real secretive type stuff.
What's it called?
It's called Dinner on Blanc.
Dinner on Blanc. Okay, yeah, I've seen it every year. I just never know when it's gonna be, so I always missed it when I was there. Like, it would just happen, and I'd be like out, like at the mall doing something regular. Then I see all these people looking good, be like, dang, I missed it.
Yep.
But yeah, so Anthony, you came up with a game for us to play that we said we were gonna play, and I'm gonna let you explain it to the people.
All right, but so look, y'all know that we as Black folk, we have a lot of universal things that go on with us. Basically everybody's grandma leaves the kitchen light on. Everybody's seen Friday and, Paid in Full, movies like that. We all have things that are very universal. But every now and again, each one of us secretly have things that are not so universal. We keep it to ourselves because we don't want nobody to take our black card. So today we're going to play a game called Don't Take My Black Card, wherein each one of us will have a couple categories. We will make some confessions about stuff that we kind of do that's contrary to the culture, basically. Questions? Concerns? Everybody get it? Everybody understand?
And y'all feel free to play along at home. I see we got 15 people here, so y'all can all play along with us.
All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is let's do food. Let's do food. That's something that's real simple. All right, I'm gonna say something. I know it's gonna get on my head. Y'all can get on my head. But look, don't take my black card. But I don't rinse off chicken before I cook it.
Wow.
Listen. I've been doing some reading. Janelle's over there. Are you frozen, Janelle? You over there?
I'm not frozen. I've had debate so many times.
Because I've been doing some reading and I
The
read.
area. Here we go.
Listen. From a doctor, from like a chef, and from like a biologist, they all say like rinsing chicken doesn't do shit. It doesn't do anything but like spread the germs around more. Like the point of cooking it is to kill the germs. So
You can say that for anything.
Listen, don't take my black card, but
I've also heard that. So
I don't rinse chicken. So now y'all
ever eat chicken at Anthony's?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll probably never be. I'm not the cookout. I'm not the cook person for the cookout. I'll bring some soda. You know what I'm saying? I'll
you the paper plate man.
I'll bring some.
You the paper plate man. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'll cash out the person whose house it is. Ask Tish. I send Tish money. I don't even bring nothing. I'd be like, yeah, what you need, Tish? I'll give you some money.
Let me read some comments on this. Ra, hey Ra, we love you. We miss you. Says that Dr. Sanjay Gupta said it spreads salmonella around your sink, but my husband still makes me rinse it. I've heard the same thing, and I sometimes don't rinse mine either. Like it just depends. It depends because the heat from when you cook it is gonna kill the germs anyway. So it's like you rinsing it. What is that doing for it?
So y'all, because you sounded real anti-vaxxy-ish right now. So
you said what?
Y'all don't rinse anything then? Do y'all rinse anything if you're gonna use the heat kills the germs? Do y'all rinse?
This is what I rinse. This is the thing. So I would rinse off like some greens, you know what I'm saying, or like
the germs. So
no, that's because it's pesticides and stuff.
Germs.
Stuff they spray on.
You have literal dirt on greens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That you want to get off.
The chicken is sitting in that stuff. I don't know how.
Listen. Just like Ross said, the scientists have spoken.
Okay. I just feel like the same people that don't like the chicken, probably the same people that don't like to, like, you know how they talk about the not taking showers every day thing. Do you agree with that as well? Or is that the same thing? Same for people?
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
But it said you want to take a shower every day too. So like, y'all.
Nasty.
No. I shower every day. To me, my point is just this: water is not killing germs. If you want to really kill some germs with water, you need to add some dishwasher liquid to the chicken too.
Well,
then you can kill some germs.
People do that though.
Water.
No, don't do that. Shannon says, "Hey Shannon, I think this is my first time seeing you watch. Nice to see you though." She says, "Enough is enough. You better wash them sandy ass greens."
Man.
Okay.
That's greens. No, Shannon. I watched the greens. We talking about the chicken though. The chicken. But anyway, go ahead. Somebody else go. Don't take your black card, but what in the food category?
Don't take my black.
I'm gonna tell y'all something about Janelle when we finish this too. Go ahead.
Don't take my black card, but I'm not a real fan of grits. Like the sugar thing or the salty thing, if I have to eat them, I prefer them with the salt because that sugar stuff is nasty. Y'all stop doing that. If you want cream of wheat, go buy cream of wheat. You don't need to try to turn this into something that's not. It's savory or nothing, but I'm not a big fan of grits. So
sugar tastes good in grits. I'm gonna let you finish, but I need to put that in there. Sugar and butter.
Nah. I'm guilty of not doing it all. This is about washing the chicken. I'm guilty of not doing it all the time, but I got strong faith. I'll pray over it when I don't. That's all right. That's all right. Janelle, go ahead.
This is gonna be hard because I have
Tell them what you told us earlier, Janelle.
Yeah.
I don't like sweet potato pie.
You don't like sweet potato pie.
I don't like pie. I don't like pie. There is not one pie, not apple pie, not cherry pie. There's not one pie I'll eat.
I don't like pie either, but I do eat sweet potato pie. You know why? Because I'm a black man. That's why.
But the thing is, this isn't a secret. Everybody in my family knows. I don't eat no pie. Don't offer me. Don't ask me. Don't waste your time.
You not like warm fruit? Is that what it is?
But sweet potatoes are vegetables, though.
Like, I couldn't even tell you why. My mouth is like, nah. Like, I don't. But I have no shame in that.
Peach cobbler? Peach cobbler? No cobblers either.
And my mother's side, they are a bacon bunch, but I just not my jam. Just throw me a chocolate chip cookie and I'm good.
That's
What's
like
your food?
Thanksgiving though. That's like
So I don't like chitlins. I never tried it. Never will. It stinks. I don't eat food that stinks.
Not good.
Or potato salad.
wait.
I don't like potato salad either.
It depends on the
Yeah,
potato
those are
salad. I don't
gross.
like mayonnaise based potato salad. I like the mustard based potato salad. I don't like mayonnaise based. Like I can't stand mayonnaise.
Or
Mayonnaise.
coleslaw.
Hold
Coleslaw.
on, y'all. Ross says she don't like watermelon.
So to be
Izzy said watermelon nasty too.
to like go buy, I'll just eat it if it's there, but it's not something I'm like, oh, I want to buy some watermelon.
Okay, that's true, but
I
it's
love
so
watermelon.
good. It's so good when you bite into it. It's like water and fruit at the same time. It's like
That's refreshing.
yeah.
Christina says I avoid watermelon. What a waste of fruit.
Waste of fruit.
God,
I can't-
Jesus up there like, man, she said it's a waste. But Charlotte, hey Charlotte, she said Dookie 101, hard
101.
pass on the chitlins, and I agree.
Yeah, same.
Absolutely
Same.
agree.
Chitlins has like no nutritional value. I feel
Yeah.
like we as black people need to.
We should be
dead that.
past that. Yeah, that and pig feet
Yeah.
too. We got to get past
Yeah.
that. We don't-
We're not that down the dump, so we got to eat chitlins, y'all. We can do that.
Yeah, I be trying. I check because my family's from my dad's side from Mississippi, so this dude brought a squirrel to my father's house one day, and my dad cooked the fucking
I've
squirrel.
eaten- I've eaten squirrel.
like,
Hold on, I've eaten squirrel before. So
Is it good?
It's not bad.
Does it taste like chicken?
No, it doesn't taste like chicken. It tastes a little gamier. Like, have you eaten like?
It's like frog.
Like, have you eaten like rabbit before?
Rabbit is pretty good.
Yeah, it tastes
like
kind of
chicken,
like that, but like a little tougher, like a little gamier, because it's not much meat, so it gets a little tough. But
I would try it though.
it's not bad.
though. Rabbit is cool.
I would try it.
But
Izzy says squirrel is
be in
so
trash
good.
cans. See?
Yeah, I mean, it's out there. It's easy getting.
Trash too.
Rabbits don't be in no trash.
What rabbit you seen in your trash can?
I don't know.
That's
Oh,
called
like
a possum. That was not a rabbit. Nah, but they eat those too, though.
What's the category for we stay on food forever?
All right. Next category, movies. Okay, so don't take my black card. I have never seen The Best Man.
What?
Whoa.
All just like the first
The
one.
first
or
one
any of
or any?
I haven't seen The Best Man. I haven't seen really just like a lot of blockbusters for real. But I'm gonna say The Best Man right now.
We should have brought a list up so we could go down and see which ones you hadn't
Yeah,
seen.
'cause I don't think there's one. I don't know if I have one for this. I think
I've seen all of them too.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
I
can we
don't
do
know.
like a TV show?
Yeah, dude, you can do it too if you want.
It's gonna get mine definitely taken. Martin wasn't that funny to me. The show was never really that funny to me. It had certain episodes.
I'm with you, dog.
What's that funny either? Just the New Jack City episode.
I just
That's
think
it.
there were certain episodes that were funny, and then the rest of it was just him going like half the episodes.
The
And that's
whole
gonna make me laugh.
Martin is a classic. The whole series is hilarious. I don't know what y'all talking
No.
about. I love Martin. It's my favorite.
Take my card, but hey, thanks. There's 20 people in here today. I appreciate y'all coming, but yeah, take my card for that. Take my card for that. Martin was just not that funny of a show. I think The Fresh Prince was a way better show. I just think it was.
Fresh Prince was like more. It had more crossover appeal. If
True.
we're gonna, say, I feel like because Martin is the thing I appreciate about Martin is like he's from Landover. You know what I'm saying? He's very DMV. Like even like Shanae. Shanae sounds like a woman from Georgia Avenue.
Yes, she
You know what I'm
does.
saying? So it's like I appreciate him. You
Hold
know
on,
what
let me
I'm saying? I
read.
appreciate.
Let me read these comments real quick. Izzy says squirrel is so good, but not a DC squirrel though. Leave them things be. And I
So
them
we gotta
joints
try
black.
some-
Yeah, don't touch
Oh,
those.
is that what Carolina squirrel?
That ain't no damn puppy, Gina. Yeah, there was funny moments. Like there was
But
funny
it
moments.
doesn't count because Izzy literally will act out the characters from Martin, and in my opinion, do it better than Martin. Like when Izzy do that before games, I would be in tears.
Look, Izzy is a showman. He can do almost anything. If it's people in front of him, he can do anything. Sing, play instruments, tell jokes. So I get that. He makes me laugh on gigs and rehearsal all the time. But
Um,
yeah,
All right, we got some comments. Oh my gosh, Martin is hilarious. I mean, we can talk about this all day. I don't think so. Christina said Fresh Prince wasn't that funny as Martin.
Yo, please
Facts.
don't fake on Fresh Prince. We went through this last time. People faking on Will Smith, yo. I don't give him his respect.
It was good, but it's not as funny as Martin.
Hey Kiera, another mom to be. Congratulations to you.
Yay, bitch.
She said because Fresh Prince is timeless. It's perfect. It's just it was a good show. I just think it hit the cultural essence of what was happening in the 90s perfectly. Like, and
I think people
Martin
who like
supposed to do it just didn't. I'll watch Martin all day, but it just doesn't make me laugh nearly as much as Fresh Prince did. But I would never say that Martin was not an outstanding show necessary for the culture. It just wasn't that funny for me.
Yeah,
I feel like people who like Martin more than Fresh Prince, they probably like Jodeci more than Boyz II Men. I don't know why. I just made that connection in my mind.
I thought people who like Fresh Prince more than Martin, like Kevin Hart more than like Chris Rock.
Look, I do like Kevin Hart more than Chris Rock. I do
like Kevin Hart more than Cat Williams.
Yeah, like Fresh Prince.
I think Kevin.
That's kind of hard though.
That is a hard comparison because it's like they kind of passed the torch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Well,
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams didn't want to pass the torch. He just got his tail whipped and had to.
Cat Williams.
What was that, Janelle?
I said I like that you said Chris Rock at first versus Cat Williams because I feel like
they're both kind of raunchier than Kevin Hart. That's why.
But I feel like Kevin was going that direction. Then he got white people money and he changed.
Yeah,
that may be a fact.
Look, but it's your bag, Kevin. Get your money. Kevin is the most successful comedian of all time, money wise.
Yeah,
so
because he got white people money.
Eddie Murphy could have been.
Look, is he the funniest comedian of all time?
No.
Who's the funniest comedian of all time then?
I think
I'm not saying
right now.
You got
Dave Chappelle.
I don't.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle is the funniest comedian
right now. Dave Chappelle.
Of all time? Wait a minute. No.
Too much
No, hold on.
Why can I have my own opinion?
I think Raw and Delusional. Y'all forgetting how funny Eddie Murphy was. Eddie Murphy was funny.
But for me, I'm talking about for me. Eddie Murphy, I love Eddie Murphy. Like
I think Dave Chappelle is more of a.
Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle.
We didn't say if you love him, is he funny though? Is he as funny?
It's outlandish how good he is at what he does.
I don't think he's the funniest. I think he's the most insightful.
Funny, and he's gotten better as he gotten older.
I think he's just the most insightful.
I think Dave Chappelle could like stand on the stage and fart, and niggas would be like, "Oh my god, that's so funny!" Like, Dick Rod and Dave Chappelle.
Stand up is so strategically thought out. Like his intelligence is on a whole different level that I can comprehend. That's why anytime he drops something, I'm going to watch it immediately.
Same. The day he dropped it, I watched it.
Yes, the day.
I'll watch it. I'll say the last stand-up I saw him do, it wasn't really there for me like that, for real.
Which one?
It was the one where he really had the LGBTQ plus blood on his hands, for real, on that one. I was like, it's like, dang, damn, bro.
He don't hold back for nobody, and that's his thing. Let's move on.
Y'all want to do one last category?
Yeah, let's do one last category before we get to the meat of the show.
All right. All right. So we're gonna do music. Let's do music. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to think about something real quick. I like a lot of black folk music though. I say this. Don't take my black card. I don't even know if this is a black card thing, but I never heard Tupac say anything I needed to hear twice.
Oh yeah, Bernie Mac.
Lyric wise.
I didn't mention Bernie Mac. That's a good one. Bernie Mac was funny. I don't think.
I'm sorry.
Mariah Carey's overhyped.
No.
That's what Ross said.
Anthony just said.
Who, me? Yeah, we could go back.
No, hold on. But go.
I need you to clarify, and I need you to. I'm really curious as to how your mouth could form those words.
Say.
Because I think Tupac was a good storyteller and had like good like activism and stuff in his music, and he made like good like just we about to go do a drive-by, let's listen to Tupac. But so he had all those different like he had a lot of range. but I never heard him. He was never like clever like Biggie Smalls
Never
or like
clever.
Lil Wayne or like.
You hear
or
this
like,
right?
Oh no.
You hear this right?
Look, no, look, I mean, y'all can if y'all want to quote some Tupac where it's like it was never like shit. Like it was never no like Biggie Smalls type shit where it was like you know, what did Biggie Smalls say? He said something like blood and family don't mix. Have you what did he say? I'm gonna come back. Let me come back.
All right.
But yeah, no. Hold on, don't do that.
Because
I can quote some Lil Wayne stuff, but I mean, I just feel like, yeah, I never heard Pac say something that was like, wow, what did he say? Let me run that back again.
Izzy agree with you. He said
It was
Pac
very
don't have
straightforward.
bars.
It's
Izzy
very
said the same
straightforward.
thing.
I mean, he gets a lot of.
I think his
love
death.
as far
I think
as-
his death had a lot to do with. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
surviving multiple attempts and then finally dying. Death does heighten our sense of like how great people were.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
kinda,
not saying he's not a good rapper. I'm just saying I
It's,
never heard.
it's
kind of
like the. It's kind of like the Nipsey. It's kind of like Nipsey in a way.
I
It
never
is.
heard Nipsey say anything I need to hear twice. I could say y'all
Thank
can
you.
drag me. I don't care.
Thank
Now we have to have a versus show here. We have to have a Man Cave versus show here now.
We
We do
should.
karaoke. We gotta be Tupac. He gotta do the Biggie. We got to.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Biggie is like 10 times more clever than Tupac.
I think so too. Lyrically,
That's not
I
true. He's talented as well.
agree that he's more clever, yes. And Biggie gives me music that I enjoy listening to in the club. But for me, and just growing up and where I grew up and how I grew up, Tupac was just way more everything for me. Like
Yeah, but that don't have nothing to do with like lyrics for real. That's more like a feeling. I feel like.
No, I feel what you're saying. You just had to clarify it first because I was like, I'm not understanding what you're saying. So I understand it more now.
And you know, my favorite rapper is Lil Wayne. So you know, I like figurative language. That's why I'm listening to rap.
Lil Wayne is sorry.
Lil Wayne is not. I could give you some Lil Wayne.
You know what I'm gonna say. I just think that he knows how to rhyme.
Oh my God, here she goes. Let's get off. All right, let's get next person. Who's
spot like a polka dot? Same. Like what?
You said what? You said what?
I just feel like he's like an upgraded. I don't know, but I also don't listen to Lil Wayne to really. I don't care to listen to him.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I'm
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I wish.
Charlotte? Yep. Wayne is GOAT. Period. Wayne is probably one of. I don't.
The greatest rapper of all time is Lil. Of all time.
That's why you froze because God was like,
Yep.
we don't need
You froze because God didn't want any of what you were saying just now. But
yes, he really is. You know?
Well, who's
he really
that?
could be arguably at least top 5.
Who we gonna say? So who else was the
Of all time?
So the question was what artist? What artist?
Oh,
we think
Or
overrated?
music in general.
I agree with Raw. I think Mariah Carey is a very overrated.
God, disrespectful, man.
I think she was great, and then I think all them high notes took her voice away because after Emancipation of Mimi, she has done nothing.
How long is a voice supposed to last?
Yeah,
it doesn't last forever.
It's the last month.
I mean,
but she still sounds good. Wasn't Beautiful Miguel after?
she didn't had so many flubs on stages now that she just needed to go.
My jam.
Yeah, she could sing still.
Hey, people agreeing with me, so they saying she's very overrated. I think that she has.
Christmas, so mess with her if you want to.
Yeah, and I'm so tired. Every that's
year.
like my most like. That's the thing I fear every year is when I walk into the grocery store and it's like November 1st and you hear and then you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
I think about Home Alone.
That song, I'm so sick of that song. That Christmas song.
This black woman owns Christmas. I'm here for it.
How come people don't make no more Christmas songs? Like, have you noticed that? There's really like no black artists making any like Christmas songs. No more. Like no more Boyz II Men, Christmas songs.
For it. I honestly feel like that's when the older generation of artists start making more money around Christmas time because like Boyz II Men, Let It Snow is a jam that everyone I feel like
that's my favorite Christmas song. I love that song.
My joint is
about that.
What Every Year, Every Christmas by Luther Vandross. Well, that joint get me every year.
Or you got Temptations, like their whole Christmas catalog. Like, come on.
Yep. In my mind, once you hear that, it's Christmas time. But all right.
Oh
cool.
hell yeah, bro.
So let's
question, Erica. I don't even know if I have.
Y'all
gonna be back. I have somebody.
Oh, go ahead.
So what did you say?
Go ahead.
I'm a fan of Ashanti.
Nobody was a fan of Ashanti.
Hold on,
I
hold on.
love
I was a fan of
Ashanti.
Ashanti.
Because were you a fan of her or her music?
Appreciate her.
Both.
She looks great now.
She was amazing. She's fine as
Listen. I literally worked out yesterday because of her. I
want to diet because of her now. Like
that woman is 40 years old.
She's Asian like fine wine.
She's so beautiful. She does look good. She looks really.
It's ridiculous.
She looks great.
It's who. But I just cannot get into Ashanti when I was younger. Where everybody was on the Ashanti thing, I just couldn't do it.
She doesn't have full albums, but she got some good songs. I bought millennial tickets just to see her.
I also didn't like B2K. I think I might have been like the only black girl at the time that
I like B2K.
Ever liked B2K.
Can I please say something about B2K?
No, but go
when
ahead.
When you go back and listen to that era of R&B, they were making perfect songs. Like the formula was like
not the music, just them. Like I was never like, oh, they're cute, so I wouldn't listen to them. Yeah. Like there was nothing about them that I was like, oh, B2K. No.
Yeah, I was never an Omarion girl like all the other girls were.
Toya says, no, you didn't like B2K. I loved them. And,
I'm sorry.
Christina says she never liked B2K either.
I always liked rap more anyway, though. But I love cheap.
Erica, did you have somebody before we move into the meat and potatoes?
Somebody. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Artist or musical act that you just did not like. So we can take your black card. I love B2K and Pretty Ricky. Okay. You said you can't think of one?
Yeah, not for music.
All right. Well, let's move into the meat and potatoes of today's show. We got some good topics for you guys tonight. Thanks for playing along with us. We hope y'all stick with us so we can talk about some of these topics and get your viewpoints. The first one is Sha'Carri Richardson. Baby, she had us ready for a comeback. She had us prepared to see something glorious on the track, and we did see something glorious. A glorious failing to place on that track. And give me the look. Go ahead, give me the look. She talked a lot. She had a lot to say. Even after the race, she still kept that same energy, which I applaud her for. But as for me, in my opinion, I think she needs to take this and get a little bit of that humble pie, which is why the title is what it is today. Because a lot of people are mad right now saying that, we wanted her to fail and all this stuff. I necessarily never wanted her to fail. I was hurt for her. And I think she's still hurting on the inside, which is why her performance is the way it was. But at the same time, I watched her cut down other black athletes because she got cut out instead of supporting them. And she had some really nasty tweets, she put out. And it just seems like this has kind of felt like a little bit of karma. Like, you can't be ugly and then go out here and expect, people to be rooting for you when you've been that way. And I think that's what happened. So I feel bad for her because I really think she needs to take some time to step away from the sport a little bit. Maybe just actually heal from losing her mom and get some. First of all, she needs some good people around her too. Like, I just want her to get a PR team and some people that would just keep her away from the spotlight while she tries to work through this. But that's my opinion. I don't think people wanted to see her fail as much as they saw her talk as mean as she did about other athletes, and then this happened to her. So, Janelle.
Okay. So in the beginning of this, I was actually more so on your side, but I had to take a second and reflect. And I have two specific feelings on this. First, when I was in high school, I ran track. Track was a very important part of my life. I was the fastest girl in my high school for 3 years.
Me too.
And I talked a lot of mess. And I remember there was one day where I was getting ready to run the 100-meter dash. And a guy I was dating at the time came to the race, and I was talking a lot of trash. And I got my butt whooped. I came in the last of the last place. The very last of the last place. In front of said guy I was liking, whatever. And I talked all this trash to all these other women. And I really thought about that story when thinking of Sha'Carri because, number one, track is definitely more of a self-sport. It is definitely more so about beating your own time. It is a very mentally draining sport because you do have to be strategic, make sure you don't run out of the line. There's a lot that goes into it. So I kind of came down to her level and I was able to empathize. Secondly, as a person who loves sports, specifically NBA, I watch men talk like this all the time. I hear men hype themselves up and they can literally be like the worst player in the world and still say like, I'm the greatest, but she can't. Like, we watched Draymond Green like tear down his own teammates like every other day. But when she does, it's like she needs to step back.
I'm sorry, Izzy just said something. He said, "Girls told Janelle to come on and Zoom. Come on."
Where is Izzy? Is he on YouTube?
I think he's on my page.
If she was not a black woman, it would not be a problem. If this was a man,
yeah,
there would be no problem because we literally watch.
But we do this with men too, though.
Can I say something to that? Can I say something to that?
We do this with men. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is the thing. We're still laughing at J.R. Smith 3 years ago. We're still laughing at Nick Young when he put up the three, turn around, and he's like this,
cheering, and it wasn't.
But they don't rimmed out. Like we
laughing and telling the girl that she shouldn't be able to run.
We're not.
We didn't say that.
We could go to like Tim Tebow. Like people say, well, Tim Tebow deserves football, so maybe that's not a good thing. I'm not saying Shorty shouldn't run. I didn't say that, but I feel like
to the world, to the people.
Okay, I get
but
that.
I don't think that's what the world is saying, though. I don't think people saying she shouldn't run. Like, all the comments I've seen, all the comments I've been looking at have been like, you need to just humble yourself a bit. Like, you talked a lot of mess, and you said some mean things, and then this happened, and then you can't.
Right, but to Janelle's point, all athletes talk a lot of mess.
Is shit talking not a normal part of sports?
It is, but you got to back it up.
Normal part of sports, but when you don't come up,
exactly,
niggas talk shit about you.
But sometimes you lose, but they don't have.
And then when you lose, people be on your head.
That's sports.
All the time.
That's sports, though.
KD.
Yeah.
But that's how. That's how
people have been calling KD a bitch for like 5 years.
And he don't win rings.
No, but what I'm saying is, from what I saw on my timeline, everyone was like really, really dragging her to. I felt to a point it was like half of y'all can't even walk to the door without getting tired. So I feel like y'all need to chill. It just was like, here's another opportunity to just drag a black woman. Like, it was just too far.
I don't think it was about. But my thing is, why is she above criticism for her actions? And that's what I don't get.
I'm saying that it was more so like people were personally offended by her. When I sit literally every day and I watch ESPN all the time on my TV, and the way these people be talking, if she's bad, then we need to be vilifying a lot of other folk.
Yeah. And I think it's just the whole, we just got done defending her for the same community to flip flop and like.
But I think, but why? Okay, but we got to look at why the flip flop happened though. That's my thing. I think the flip flop happened because we saw how she treated other black athletes, and it was like, well, dang, we rode for you, and you couldn't ride for your own people.
Loudly congratulating them.
After she got caught on Twitter saying what she said, then she tried to turn around, and then when they lost, and then when the one recently.
There was a video that has been hidden that they will not show. They're only showing her talk trash, but there was a video where she beautifully praised the athletes that beat her. And I feel like at this point, there's an agenda. Because I didn't see the video until way later.
I haven't seen that either.
Sent it to me, and I watched, and I was like, I never saw this. But she was saying how amazing they were, how she has to step back and get it together. Like, she openly admitted that she has some stuff to do, but that's not what we're seeing.
No, and I think go ahead.
Here's what I say. So, like, okay, look, Sha'Carri is 21. I still
21 too. Good point.
Yeah, I still consider her a phenom. I don't have anything against Sha'Carri. I've pretty much stayed neutral on this whole thing. Y'all, if you can look at my social media now, I've never said anything bad or good or anything about Shorty at all. I do think when you're young, you say things and that you might later regret. You know what I'm saying? I delete old Facebook posts every day of stuff that I've said, because I just like, wow, you said that, bro? That was dumb as hell. But so like, I understand that, and she gonna go through that, and she'll mature as she gets older, like everyone else. The only thing I can say is that if you're gonna talk shit like that, then you got to be able to back it up. And when you can't get mad at people who, even though it might be an agenda, or even though it might be this and that, people gonna talk shit regardless. People talk shit about Jesus Christ. So if you come up here acting big and bad, and you come in 9th place out of 9 people gonna be on your head.
Exactly. Let me read some of
Yeah.
these comments. Izzy says the door be pretty far sometimes. Damn, Janelle. Um, it wasn't Black Americans. It was them Jamaicans.
I'm
Uh,
sick.
and then Al Sahim says old gal with the braids speaking facts. So there we got that. That's
Her
from
name is
YouTube.
Janelle. Her
Her
name
name
Where
is
are they talking
Janelle.
about me?
Yeah. Somebody's
I
watching
I
from
guess so.
YouTube.
You
It's
the
on
only one
YouTube.
with braids on
You don't
here.
know with braids. We ain't got it. Anthony definitely ain't got them. So it got to be you. But okay. So let's move on. This is an interesting.
This feeling.
Huh?
Huh?
Did we hear your feelings about it?
I was just kind of being back off what you said. Like, I also think that,
I thought
like,
you said-
I don't know, we
okay.
just too quick to criticize her and humble her because she's a woman and because she's a Black woman. And I'm also biased because my first thought is always to protect Black women. And I get that, you want to hold her accountable, you want her to grow, but I'm a pro Black woman kind of person. Not saying that holding her accountable is anti-Black woman, but
There's a way to do it.
I think she just
I
needs
do
to
it private.
mature. She needs a team around her, people to just kind of guide her through this fame and stuff that she's going through. Because I don't think she's ever been in this position. So, yeah.
But I just want someone to name 5 athletes that probably don't talk crap. Like, name 5 like top athletes
that are not white.
But it's cool to talk shit. But my whole point is like with those 5 people that you name to talk shit, when they don't do what they say they're gonna do,
they know what's coming.
They get their asses handed to them.
LeBron into the playoffs this year.
Jay Crowder was doing a salsa dance on LeBron in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We said we ain't gonna watch Space Jam 2 because LeBron ain't making that far in the playoffs.
Yep.
And I'm still mad at him.
Exactly.
Okay, exactly. And that's what people are mad about with her.
I would never sit up here and drag him on the internet the way people have dragged her.
You dragged LeBron a little bit on LeBron and Loses episode 4. Y'all go back on YouTube and go look at it.
LeBron do get
I
dragged.
said lightly. I felt like he didn't take this seriously. I didn't start talking literal trash.
And you don't see a bunch of fans of these like athletes. Like you see, that's more people like you don't see a bunch of fans of these people as regular supporters like giving them crap. For her, it was her people who was supporting her, giving her crap all of a sudden. It's just like, where is the loyalty for her?
I mean, you gotta be loyal to others to get loyalty.
If it was a man, we would not be saying.
My thing is though, you gotta give that loyalty too, and she's had a hard time doing that for herself. Like you can't expect from the people what you don't give, and that's why I feel about that. Like you basically told the shot put I forget her name, but you basically told her it's not my fault that they came to see me.
Didn't say that.
And you want support.
I don't have a problem with nothing.
I'm mad at and confidence in themselves. I sit up and tell everybody I look good as hell every day.
I don't have no problems with what Sha'Carri said at all. So, but I understand what y'all are saying. I don't want to see someone tear down this young lady because she still is a young woman. She's 21 years old.
She's not in her prime yet either.
So yeah, I don't want to humble her. I don't want to see anything bad happen to her. I hope she wins. Only thing I'm saying is I don't feel bad at the same time.
That's fair. Can I say one thing to Marcus, just referring to her needing a different team behind her? Because I agree. I definitely think that a lot of these young, famous athletes, celebrities, whatever, they do need a team that will guide them in the right direction. But sometimes, and this is just my brain, the way it goes, sometimes I wonder if they're thinking that means I have to have white people on my team and I would rather have my people with me. No. And sometimes only know what we know. We are not given the easiest access to the resources that other people have. And she's still early in the game, so maybe she still has time to build that. But like, I mean, I think about it, like I guess I can't say that because I know that I would want a different team. I would not want my family to be my team. But I just feel like she just wants the people around knows because this is very foreign and she wants to feel protected and secure. And she probably feels that way with her family. So hopefully there can be like a nice PR team that just comes up and say, hey, we got you. But yeah.
We'll see.
If I was her, I would probably like reach out to like how Kobe did with Michael Jordan. Like find the person that was like the best before me and be like, hey, what do you do? Who do you have around you? But how you do this shit? You know what I'm saying? I would do that maybe.
Definitely. So anybody got any parting last words on that? Erica, you got anything?
No. I mean, not to dwell on too much longer, but like you just mentioned like Kobe. And I feel like I don't guess remember at his memorial when I think it was Shaq that was telling the story and was saying something about how like Kobe used to say, or he said like there's no I in teens, there was a me in teens.
There's a me.
But like, do you see Kobe fans going, we want him to lose? He humble himself.
People
like,
literally hate Kobe
Yeah,
Bryant.
they
People
hate
hate Kobe Bryant. People hate him.
Speaking of
They
that,
just started giving him love after he died.
speaking of that, happy birthday, Kobe Bryant. Today's his birthday.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday,
the Black
Kobe.
And
Mamba.
tomorrow is Mamba Day. So just to let y'all know.
I still can't believe that man's not here.
Let me read this comment.
that was so sad.
Let me read this comment. When Shorty was smoking, everybody in the Olympics, y'all shared and supported. As soon as she loses one race, y'all drag her. Black athletes are the only ones y'all do like that.
Hello.
I think
Black
it's
athletes are
just,
the only ones we care about.
yeah. Izzy said he hated him till he died. Yeah, happy birthday, Mamba. Definitely. So let's go on to the next topic. And Erica, I'll let you start this one off. Lizzo. Lizzo's been in the media lately, having some emotional difficulties. And there was a meme that I saw, basically talking about how Lizzo needs to get real, have a little reality check, and stop throwing herself out there with people that would never like go for her because of her size. Basically, like, you're not gonna get no Chris Evans. You're not gonna get these people are fit and they don't live your lifestyle. So why would they want you and you be all out here pressed about them? I think that was mean and cruel. But I mean, do you think there's some truth to that? And do you feel like she's just doing a lot of this for attention?
Again, whenever we're talking about Black women, I'm always going to be on the Black woman side first. But also beyond just me being biased, also like I just feel like with Lizzo, like she gets so much like flack for just loving herself. Like we're so mad at Lizzo for like expressing herself sexually the way she wants to. How many times do guys shoot their shots at girls they don't have a chance with? Like, why are we even talking about that? You know, like, why not us, but why is society even talking about that? Like, why are we hating on her for loving herself so much? You know, I do think that sometimes she's a little corny, but that has something to do with like her like being that doesn't make her being like expressing herself sexually wrong. You know, and I definitely think she deserves as much hate as she is. And I think that, like you guys were saying before in the show, has she been a Rihanna or a Beyonce, she wouldn't get the same amount of hate. So,
okay,
yeah, that's my thoughts.
Anthony,
Can you ask me the question again, please?
do you feel like Lizzo's just being extra with all this emotional, stuff, the crying on Instagram? Do you think it's a lot of just for show, or do you feel like she goes overboard with her content? Like, I mean, what do you just think about her as a person? Like,
All right, the thing. This is just a general. I got this. Y'all know Brian Brown. A lot of us know Brian Brown. I used to listen to his podcast. He always say, okay, like, he like simple people talk about people, kind of like average people talk about events. Intelligent people talk about ideas. And I always like kind of like took that with me and carried that with me. But anyway, so I always think about just the idea of like, who the fuck takes a video of themselves crying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just so weird to me. Like, and then,
Tyrese does.
If you're crying, what more do you want? If you're crying and you take the video and you mess up, do you like stop and start over and continue to cry? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's so weird. We should stop doing that. That should not be normal. But the thing with the thing with Lizzo, I kind of agree with Erica, but I'm kind of on the other side as well. To Erica's point about like we don't get on Black men for shooting their shot with women they don't have a chance with. Niggas get fried every day for that. Every single day. Every day, at least once a week, it's a meme of some fat security guard man who make $10 an hour trying to go at some beautiful, rich woman. It's like, come on, bro, you don't even have a chance, dog. So, but I do think that people are very hard on Black women. People are very hard on people who don't meet the conventional beauty standards. People who don't fit into conventional beauty norms, I think people are harder on them. I was watching this documentary. It was like a study where like unattractive people get harsher prison sentences than like more attractive people. So I do think there's something to what Erica said. I just think that Lizzo is a little bit obnoxious, and if she just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm biased to myself. Maybe I'm just a little fat phobic and I don't want to see her bouncing around on my screen. But
That's real.
I think it might be helpful if she just chill a little bit. But I have to be careful in trying to say that a woman should chill and try to tell a woman how to act. So I'm kind of back and forth on it.
Janelle. Hey, Janelle.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know what it's like to be rich and sad. I know what it's like to be broke and sad. So when I see celebrities get on the internet and cry about things that, like, I've talked about this before. I have been body shamed constantly for my size, even at my age now. I have no idea of what it's like to be body shamed for being a larger size, only being smaller. So I'm not even going to speak on that because I don't know what it's like. But I will say that when that happens to me and I'm sitting in the corner crying, I can't get up and go on my jet and go to Bali and live my best life. I can't call Cardi B to make me laugh and hold me down and send me like all this jewelry and stuff. Like, I don't have that. So sometimes I just feel like, girl, it's sad and I'm sorry. And yes, anyone should be able to post whatever they want without judgment, but that literally will never happen. There will never be a day on this planet where someone can do something without being judged. So at what point does she for herself decide to be like, you know what? I have to take some control. And I'm not saying she has to stop doing what she's doing, but can she start doing things to like help her be able to deal with this backlash that she gets when she posts this? Because she's not going to stop posting it, clearly.
No.
But she's also not going to stop these comments.
No, keep going. You finish it now. Go ahead. Finish.
I just feel like at some point, there just has to be some type of balance of, okay, I want to be who I am and I love who I am. And I'm choosing to put myself out there on the internet for the entire world to see. And there's a good chance that someone is going to say something that could possibly hurt my feelings. So where do we go from here? And that's my big issue with her. I completely agree. I'm sick of the nasty comments. It shouldn't have to be where she has to choose whether she feels to be sexy or not. It shouldn't have to be where Beyonce, like you said, can post a picture of her bare butt out some jeans, which I actually thought it was really ugly. And if Lizzo did that, it's a problem. But unfortunately, that is the reality. So how does she, as a woman who is trying to promote strength and loving yourself, how do you take that next step to be able to deal with these situations?
Let me.
I think the thing though is, sorry, go ahead, Marcus.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish and I'll read some comments from the people.
I was just gonna say, I think the thing with her though is that she's built a lot of her fan base on like being vulnerable and sharing her struggles with her fans. And I think that with her, it's like she's not just showing her behind to be showing her behind. She's trying to like that's her way of activism. Like that's her activism. Like that's her cause is to show like big women being sexy and beautiful. That's why she has bigger backup dancers, and that's why like this is part of her cause. I think she's just showing like, although, you know, I am being bold and confident, I'm also struggling with negative feedback I'm getting for it. Like, so I don't think she's just doing it for like a likes on her picture. I think she's doing it for her fans. And she's also been very open about her struggles with mental health, you know. And another thing is, Lizzo's also commented on her weight before, how she does want to lose weight, but she's struggling with it. So I think with Lizzo, like, it's a couple different things. I think that one, she's doing it intentionally. I think all of her, like her, over like, revealing outfits and revealing posts is like a message she's trying to send. But I also think like her confidence and like her boldness is a cover up for her mental health issues that she's struggling with as well. So I don't think that it's just random. I think that it's very intentional.
Okay, let's read some of these comments.
I'm not talking that because I don't know, but at some point it's like,
I hope I'm saying this name right. Is it Lula? I hope I'm saying that right. Lula. Okay. She says, yes, I hate for someone to record themselves crying. It isn't normal. It's attention seeking. Izzy says the Lizzo has me about to fall off this elliptical. I got if you're crying and making sure you hold your phone the right way to catch all of the angles for social media, then it's staged. My feelings about her, I think, for one, she's built her whole brand off of this being big and beautiful thing. And I think it's what has drawn a lot of people in. And she feels like she has to keep doing that to keep people in. For me personally, I hate that I feel she's super talented and she doesn't show half of her talent because she's too busy showing half her ass. Like, and and I'm not gonna tell her what to do. I get it. If that's what she wants to do, it's your page. I don't have to look at it if I don't want to. But at the same time, you are classically trained flautists. Like you can perform. Like, why do you post the same? It's like the same thing every day. You in some pool doing the same thing. Oh, you're gonna hit the slow motion so the water claps all over the place. Like if you're doing that and you keep getting this same result of people being upset and giving you the same comments, change something. If you're not gonna change anything, you have to learn to be okay with the criticism because you're famous. And you're going to have to deal with that. Like Janelle said, if someone criticizes me at work and what I do, I don't get to fly away. I don't get to, spend money and just go off and have a good time with my friends. I just have to deal with that and see what works. Like, so I feel like this crying and all this crying she's doing is kind of just, I feel like it's just attention grabbing at this point. And maybe she does have some issue where she's not confident in herself or whatnot. But I feel like a lot of people have been giving her a lot of love for her, like being so vulnerable and whatnot. I think she might be like a Kevin Durant. One piece of criticism just breaks her. And I think maybe she just needs to I don't know. I don't know what she needs to do, but I'm like, it's not impressing me no more. Go ahead, Anthony.
I would just say the only argument I have against, like, okay, regular people just gotta deal with our shit and keep it pushing, is that our sample size of negativity is much smaller. Like, somebody, like, okay, you in high school, you might have about 50 people talking about you, but Lizzo has like 500,000 people talking about her. And I think we may kind of underestimate the level of vitriol that she gets because we just not in her world like that, so we don't know. But I will say for myself personally, I'm not really. I mean, when I was a younger man, I probably was, but at this point in my life, I'm not really for the twerking anymore. I don't care if you could be
definitely.
You could be Meg Thee Stallion, you could be whoever. Like, I'm just not into the booty butt cheeks on my screen all the time anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just avoid Lizzo. But I mean, I hope Shorty pulled through. I hope she gets what she's looking for. She do be playing that flute. I can't say that.
Christina says, I feel like I know more about her showing her ass and then crying than I know about her music. And that's kind of fair. I feel like that's a little fair. Like, I mean, Lizzo's had some hits. Let's not play like she hasn't had some hits, but that video she just put out with Cardi with not having no eyebrows, I don't know what that was.
I say something about that.
She didn't have no eyebrows.
Who didn't have no eyebrows?
Lizzo didn't have no eyebrows.
In the video, and that's my thing. For me, it has nothing to do with her body, and this is just for me. Whoever her stylist is, like, needs to be fired because she be looking trash, and it makes her body look. It literally like morphs her body into something it doesn't look like. So I just be feeling like, even people that talk about her body, I'm like, it's not even her body, it's the clothes. Like, whatever she wore in that video was horrendous on her body.
She do be a little tacky for sure.
And I'm just like, I'm not expecting you to wear a Versace outfit every day, but
Izzy, shut up.
Don't do anything for her. They make her look literally worse than how beautiful she is.
Izzy says, don't eyebrow shame. Whoopi Goldberg's sick right now. Oh, Izzy, man.
That's so bad.
But without eyebrows, that's different. Isaac, and I'm sick of you.
You about to
we need to bring Izzy on.
We do. We need to have him on. This is the theme song guy, y'all. This is the theme song guy. John says that people need to change their criticisms for body types that don't fit their narrow standards. Yeah, I mean, I got no problem with her being big. Like, my problem is not with her being like her size at all. My problem is I feel like she's super talented and we don't get to see half of it because she keeps doing that. Like, I want to see her play the flute. I want to see her perform. I want to see that stuff instead of what she's currently providing.
Only thing I can say is, like, when I see Lizzo and she does something that gets on my nerves, I'm gonna just ask myself, would I be this bothered if Beyonce did this shit? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just go from there.
Yes, if Beyonce was doing the stuff that Lizzo does on her TikTok, yes, I would be irritated.
I don't have TikTok. I don't know.
I don't know.
The completely different Lizzo on Instagram, and it's annoying. The stuff she does on TikTok, in my opinion, is just, girl, you're extremely bored. Like I was saying before, she literally was sitting in a chair. She gets up, pulls her pants up, zips them, and that's it. That's the whole video. And I'm just like,
but people don't always, like, if it was like if people bought music just based on talent, there would be a lot more artists that we know things of. You know, like people also buy music for the person's like personality,
Which I
or
hate.
like
I hate that.
whatever they did to bring in the like their fan base. That's what people follow too.
Yeah.
You know,
You're right.
because you become a fan of the artist as a whole, like who they are. You know, their music reflects that. Their like the way they carry themselves reflects that. So
Social media ruined it.
Nicki
I like
Minaj had
who the
her
artist was. We just knew
crazy face.
Hold up, but Nicki Minaj can rap.
Okay, Lizzo
Very
is talented. Like her, but Lady Gaga, a lot of these very talented artists still had their like their thing that brought people in. You know, with Lizzo, it's her body and like you know this extra stuff. You know.
Can I ask y'all a question real quick? This is kind of random, but what do y'all think about Doja Cat?
I
Y'all
don't
like her?
I like Doja Cat. I hate that I like her though.
I don't like her that much.
think about
Only reason why I asked is just because like I know a lot of like for me, I'm not really into her because I'm like I don't understand what she does that I can't do. But like you said, Erica, a lot of people just like people because they like them. So,
See, I don't like her, but I like her music. I don't actually like Doja Cat.
Well, speaking
Really?
of that, that's a good
Yes, I
I don't know
segue.
if I know a song by Doja Cat. I think I used one of her songs for a video, and that's about it. I
That's
was like, oh, that's her.
Erica, that's a good segue. You said you don't like her, but you like her music. So that brings us to our man R. Kelly. We're going to talk about R. Kelly because
You got it's dying. I'm taking my charger. Go ahead.
we're going to talk about R. Kelly. If y'all haven't seen in the news, some crazy stuff is, I mean, what can be more crazy than what's already happened with that man? But some more news about R. Kelly has come out. And I guess the biggest of news is that this man had been diagnosed with herpes from at least 2007 and had intentionally been sleeping with women and passing it on, transmitting it. And yeah, this is crazy. So
it came out though.
I thought you were talking about the little boys he was messing with.
No. This was a little girl. Oh, this was a girl. Now the girl, let me give you all the full backstory. The girl lied about her age when she first met R. Kelly. Told him she was 19. I think she was really 16. But then I guess things got too far, and he had her chained up, locked up, wouldn't let her go to the bathroom if he didn't say she could. So she literally couldn't go number 2 for like 4 days, she said, because he would just not let her. And then one day he was like, yeah, you can go now. Like stuff like that. Like she would dress her up like a little Girl Scout and stuff like that. So yeah. But the crazy part is when I've been looking at this and I've been watching like on the comments of these stories, I'm confused why so many women are defending R. Kelly and saying that this stuff is not true.
And be quiet about the men that was touching us when we was kids.
So Janelle, I'm glad you're talking because you're the one I'm leading off with. Janelle, go. Tell us what you got for kills.
I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent. I was a little shocked. I didn't know about this herpes situation. I must have missed that.
And him and Usher did a song together in 2007 called Same Girl. I mean, this might be what that was about. But go ahead.
Ingu. Usher? Okay.
Let it burn. But okay, go ahead.
All I'm going to say about R. Kelly is 2 things. Number 1, jail isn't even remotely enough. Life in jail is not remotely enough.
Say what you said earlier.
I think he should be stoned. I said what I said. I'm going to tell y'all right now. She was
going to say it.
Stoned?
Breathes differently with me. I could care less. That man had the... Second thing I want to say, when it comes to the people that support him, a lot of them are older Black women. And I think of the first thing that comes to mind is the Tina Turner movie and how Tina Turner's mother was perfectly okay with her daughters doing anything and everything for a man, no matter what that man did to them. You just do what a man says because you need a man. And there are a lot of older Black women in our community that feel this way, that what he did, it must have been her fault. She must have been walking around fast. She must have had some shorts on. Her shirt must have been too low because somehow it's the victim's fault. And it's a poison that has spread for so long. And I am constantly hoping that it somehow decides to leave our community because I have a child that is 1 year old, and is going to be raised in this community. And I wish he would ever think that treating a woman like that is appropriate in any way. Because I'll be the first one to say, put him in jail, and he's mine.
Let me read these comments, and I'm gonna come to you, Erica. Christina says Usher got it too. Then, yeah, I mean that's been coming out in the news lately that he does. I mean that's been a thing. A girl alleged that he gave her herpes. We got a I agree. Izzy says hand me a rock. Ross says facts,
It's
Janelle.
crazy.
The older generation is sick with this, unfortunately. And then Brandon says they never want to believe what's right in front of their eyes the whole time. So Erica, questions for you, since this is my first time interacting with you on the show. Were you a big R. Kelly fan coming up, as a lot of people were? And were you able to still listen to his music when this stuff came out? And has your perception changed now with what you know?
So yes, I was definitely a big R. Kelly fan growing up. His music was played at every barbecue. I'm from Chicago, so and R. Kelly, like, in Chicago, everybody's always known R. Kelly was guilty of these crimes. I'm sure the world did, but like I know people who have like said they've gone to R. Kelly's parties when we were in high school. So like it's kind of a known fact R. Kelly's a predator. But I think it was only until like we gotten older where it's like, okay, wait, he's a predator and this is not okay. You know? Whereas we were younger, like everyone knew, but we still listened to his music. No one really cared, you know? So yes, I don't listen to music anymore. I don't support R. Kelly at all, but I know I was bringing up to you guys before that, like, well, my question was, does anyone have any sympathy for R. Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
And not because of like, not, you know, he's a predator. Yes, he's a monster, but like, I do wish he would have got help when he was younger. Now he's too far gone. I agree with Janelle. Like, he does need to be stoned for all the things he's done. But like, I wish he would have got help before it got this bad. But I think that money and power, like, stopped that from happening. I think that was what saved him from the ghetto, but crushed his soul was having all the money and power that he has.
My thing about that, before I get to you, Anthony, my thing about that is that we got to stop acting like, and I said that in the chat with you guys before, like R. Kelly was alone. Like, he had a lot of people around him enabling this and helping this stuff to happen. And they deserve just as much vitriol as he's getting, because they ushered these young women in, and they brought them in, and they helped keep him, because they know one man gonna keep that many girls in one place and not have help. And I feel like that's a whole system going on, and it wasn't just him. He's just the big name and the big dog at the top. Anthony, go ahead.
I heard, this is a story, like R. Kelly, when he used to play basketball with his friends, whoever was on his team, like, wasn't allowed to score. Like, R. Kelly was the only scorer on his team. Everybody else was just playing defense.
Is R. Kelly scary?
You know what I'm saying? So,
like, does he give you like you vibes?
I'm just
people
saying that
sell their stuff for money.
I'm just saying that to say those are the type of people who he had around him, who was like willing to not even put up a shot to play a game with him. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I don't know what could be said for R. Kelly. I think the only thing that I would say, kind of not even on him, was kind of like what Erica said. She said, does anyone feel sorry for R. Kelly? I would ask, do y'all think that people who commit crimes, not just heinous crimes like R. Kelly, but just crimes in general, people who commit crimes, do you think they need punishment or restoration? Like, punishment is like jail, basically. Restoration, I think, are like really addressing the reason why they committed the crime.
Yeah, I believe in restoration, but I believe in it early on. Like, for R. Kelly, again, like, it's been a lot. It's been like, 30, 40 years of doing this to women, and it's been a lot of victims. But I think that, like, catching R. Kelly in the first 10, 5, 3, you know, like, catching him early on and helping to, like, helping him so he can become a different person would have been, you know, better. I believe it's kind of like, I wish our society did like believe in more like restoration versus punishment, because I feel like a lot of times these criminals commit crimes because of like systemic
poverty
issues. Poverty, racism. That's why I feel like I have like so much like empathy for like certain kind of monsters, you know.
Yeah. Brandon brought up something. Hey, yo, look, y'all. Anybody who's a teacher, I guess I'm still a teacher, but
I'll your question at some point, but go ahead.
okay, yeah. Anybody who's a teacher, big ups to y'all. Izzy, Brandon, we love y'all, man. Y'all doing God's work right now. Brandon brought up an interesting question. He was just like, "Are we separating the artists from the music, or are we canceling both?" I will say, we got to cancel both when it comes to Kels because the art informs his life and his life informs the art. You can't separate the two. I don't see nothing wrong. It seems like you're ready. That's about messing with a little girl.
He wrote age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah. So no, we got to cancel both. We have to cancel both. Was I a fan of R. Kelly? Yes. If we're keeping it a buck, R. Kelly is one of the greatest R&B artists of all time.
No one can beat him in verses.
Do I listen to R. Kelly today? No, because I love us more than I love being entertained by R. Kelly.
About Erica's question, first of all, as Anthony was saying, I don't think anybody could beat R. Kelly in a versus battle. Period. His hits, the things he's written, like you can't beat him.
And he can't read and write too, right?
Quincy Jones could possibly be the only person in my opinion.
No, I wouldn't even give it to Quincy. For real. Quincy is the
documentary.
Yes. No. Listen. Quincy has done everything I want to do in my whole life, like 4 times. But I just feel like Quincy is more accomplished. But
no, R. Kelly would win. But I'm just saying that's the only person I could think of.
I think R. Kelly has more enjoyable music for people who will be watching the verses.
Yeah,
I'll just say that. But Quincy is the GOAT when it comes to producing any damn thing. Yes, that's the GOAT. He writes the actual music.
To answer Erica's question, or was it yours, Anthony? I can't remember about getting help. Anthony's question. I feel like I've traveled a lot. I've seen a lot of stuff. I just think I have just come to the realization that there are just bad people in this world. I mean, Cain killed Abel. Like, that's just the way I feel about it. Like, this man, yes, he had a tough childhood, and I get that, but there's many people who have this happen to them and don't become what he became. That was just in that man to do that. Like, I feel like, yes, he could have maybe got treatment when he was a kid or whatnot, but to go as far as he does to keeping people captive, not letting them use the bathroom, making them like dressed away, that man's just evil. Like, and I have to be,
grew though. That evil grew.
That evil grew, but I feel like it had to be there. It like had to be there, like to go that far. And I don't like to say anybody's, you can't be redeemed, but I just feel like at a certain point you got to wash your hands of some people and just be like, that's it. Like, you got to let them go. So I can't feel sorry for him. Because yes, you had a hard childhood. Yes, you could have acted out in some way and I could have maybe understood it. But for this many years, this many girls, and then infected them with the disease, like, come on. Like, it's too far. Like, there's no redemption for that with me. Anybody got anything left on Kale?
I think Janelle, you had something you wanted to say to that, right?
I don't remember what your question was now. I just can't believe
people who commit crimes, because that's what I was asking Marcus.
Or punishment or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually enjoy like studying prison. Like, I enjoy watching documentaries. I follow, like, that's something that me and Trevor enjoy doing because I am very fascinated by what happens to people while they're in jail. Probably because I know a lot of people that have gone in and out of prison a lot. And I will say that this form of jail that we have in this nation, no, it does not work. It doesn't work for anything, anyone. Petty crime, big crime, whatever. It does not work at all. But there are other places that their form of jail / punishment really works, and their crime rates are almost non-existent. Like, I think it was Norway where, like, their jail was so nice. It was like a hotel. And they really just sit down and they talk. And it's like murderers in a room with someone who stole some bread, but they really go through serious therapy and they really get to the root of the problem. And the goal is to get them out. Even though these jails here in America say, like, oh, we want you to be rehabilitated and get out. No, they don't. They got to keep their money and keep people following through. So why not bring the same people?
And I feel like the system we owe it to some of the criminals in jail to, like, bring them to therapy. Because, like, again, I think a lot of this crime is from systematic, oppression.
But on the other hand, like I told y'all, I have absolutely come to the conclusion that somebody got to go to hell. And R. Kelly going to be one of them. R. Kelly is one of those people that he's just not a good person. And
that's what I was saying.
I hate that it's a black man. I hate, like, from the depth of my soul, because I told y'all that The Greatest, the song, literally got me through high school. There was a point where, like, I did not want to, like, wake up the next day in high school, and that song literally saved me. And now I won't even think to listen.
I hear it in my head right now. I can't even
for real.
You just said
I can see the music video, everything. I mean, the man's music, he has music for any moment of your life.
True.
He does.
And he can go right to hell. Like, he can go right there. Stop. I mean, just stop wasting my time.
Got to go to hell.
Anthony,
keeping this alive. Like,
Anthony, I want you to respond to this comment. This is right up your alley. This is from YouTube. I separate music from artists always. I still listen to 6ix9ine, Tory Lanez, MJ, Chris Brown,
of course.
I'm done
Baby,
Tory Lanez.
and
right.
every other black artist they told us to cancel. How do you feel about that, Anthony? And why do you think people need to learn to separate?
All right, so look, y'all know I'm gonna do my best to be tactful. Tact is something that's a growth area for me, right? But let me just really, I separate music from the artists always. I would listen to 6ix9ine. Before the crime, Tory Lanez, MJ, Chris Brown, the Baby, every other black artist. 6ix9ine not even black for real. Every other black artist that they told us to cancel. Listen, I think that if that's your prerogative, then I mean, look, that's the prerogative of a lot of other people. Personally, I think that like music and society, art and society, it's not as separate as people think. People think art is just entertainment, but art is for therapy. Art is for inspiration. Art is for medicine. You know, art is for rest, for celebration, for ceremonies. Like, it's not just, oh, I'm turning this on and now it's on. It's like, you are what you consume. Mm-hmm. So I do think it's very important to not listen to a man who would shoot a black woman in the foot for no reason. I think it's very important to do that. Now, you can't do that with every person. You can't expect every artist to be a saint. But people who are committing especially heinous crimes, shout out to SVU. That's where I got it from. People committing especially heinous crimes. No, you gotta let that go. Like, we have to at some point draw some type of moral line. That's my opinion. That's
especially because their money protects them. Like, so it's like we're protecting.
Yeah,
and it's our money.
But see, but a lot of this.
That's why I have to stop.
But
our money is
a lot of this. A lot of this, in my opinion, stems to how we treat people who do this in our own families. I mean, how many times were you told, don't wear that around Uncle so-and-so because you know how he is. If you know how he is, why you keep inviting him over the house? Why is he in my house? Like, why you keep bringing him around? Like, we've conditioned black people to look past that. But he's a good person. You're not a good person. Like, we can, and we do that with everything. We do that with funerals. Like, you could have somebody who you know was out there gang banging, doing everything. They get up in the church, we're gonna put them in heaven. Like, we just don't want to acknowledge
gang banging.
But that's what we do. We want to put everybody in heaven so we don't have to deal with the mess that our own community does to itself. We just don't want to. And I feel like R. Kelly was a big part of the culture, and people feel like they know him personally through their music, and they don't want to let that go because that music made them feel a certain way. Somebody might have even been conceived to it. And like, R. Kelly was a like genre defining artist. And it's just hard to watch somebody who was like that. Like you said, a song got you through high school. Like, a song. One person making a song got you through a part of your life. And it's hard for some people to put that to bed and say he's not who we thought he was. But a lot of people knew who he was before and didn't say nothing. That whole Aaliyah, like, when you go back and look at the whole Aaliyah thing, like, how her parents, for one, but how people were like cool with that. Just
well, you know, I think also the culture has just changed because, like I said, I feel like I've always known that R. Kelly was a perv, but it took me becoming an adult to say, okay, I gotta stop giving him my money, like, because the culture has changed. Like, our thoughts have changed about it too, you know.
No, I would say this though: we were goddamn kids. We didn't. So I feel like we didn't have fully formed prefrontal cortex lobes. We weren't the adults in the room. The adults failed us. And in that regard, I would say, like, now that I'm a grown up for real, I'm 30 years old. No, you watched a video of a grown man having sex with a child and was still stepping in the name of love. Like, nah, like that's.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing the way you said it. I'm laughing the way you said it.
That's like, how do you can't separate that. You cannot separate that. You got to
Yeah.
be okay with
The video
that.
did come out when we were kids. You're right. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you have to just be okay with that. There's no separation there. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
Yeah. There has to be a reason though. There has to be a reason that like that, I don't know. That
Someone who literally feels like Black people can't do things like that. Like he literally has said like that a Black man would never do something like that. And I'm like,
Who said that?
Who said that?
nobody that you all know. I know someone who supports R. Kelly and will say like, that's not something Black people do, so it didn't happen. And I'm like, yes, that's not. It is normally like, you know, when you hear crazy raping, molesting story, it normally is like a middle-aged white male. That is the
every there's child molestation in every culture. Every
I think there's I
but
think
it's just wild to me how hard it is.
Well, hold on, and let's talk about that too, because there's a lot of boys that done been molested by women, and they don't ever speak up either. Like I've personally watched it. Young males, young women over objectify men and do that. Oh, he a grown boy now. Like I've literally seen it, and I feel like it doesn't get talked about. Now I'm not trying to dispute what you're saying, Janelle, at all, but I feel like that's an R. Kelly is part of that.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is literally a product of that. Like that happened to him. So
I didn't know how common that was because I got older and had guy friends who have told me about their older girlfriends growing up. I'm like, oh well, that was child molestation. That wasn't okay.
But at the
how
time,
was your girl?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
At the time, they thought it was so cool to have an older woman into them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being a grown up now, like it's like, yeah, I don't know how a lot of that stuff was happening. Like this was really what y'all was doing. Anyway,
let me move on to the next topic.
People go crazy over Harvey Weinstein, and I mean, like, well, why isn't we treating that man lost everything. That man has nothing anymore, and I just
first
feel
of
like
all, I didn't know who Harvey Weinstein was.
A lot of movies you've watched.
He looks
those reality shows and stuff you watched. It's his name.
Yeah.
But what kills me is that like it shouldn't always be a comparison to a white person, because just like he should be stoned, Harvey Weinstein should be stoned too. They're both wrong. And if you're gonna sit here and tell me that because it was a white person that did it, that makes it just a little bit less worse than what R. Kelly did, I don't care the color. It's wrong. And there are people that will be stained by this for the rest of their lives.
I feel like this is just like the Bill Cosby thing, because it's like I think Black people, and it's not an excuse, but I think Black people feel oppressed so much that any famous thing that happens to Black people, we want to cling to, and we don't want to let it go, because that means it's fallen. We're not where we thought we were. Like Bill Cosby going down. Like I said it before. I'm so glad my dad died before he saw this happen, because my dad would have been broken, because he loved Bill Cosby. But like Kels is just that figure that people don't want to let go. He made them feel a certain type of way. He was successful working with all these artists from Black to white. Like, and now that you see who he really is, it's like you don't want to believe it. You want to stay in that good era when the music was coming out and you were stepping in the name of love and doing all that. So I think that's just where people
probably. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's also because like a lot of Black people know someone who's been mistreated by the law or mistreated by the system or assumed. We probably all have maybe been in a position where we've been assumed wrong because of our color of our skin. So we kind of want to defend, because Janelle, when we talked about this before, she made a good point. She was like, well, Eric, you think you'll feel that way if it was Harvey Weinstein? I was like, oh no, you're right. Maybe it is a Black thing. Because immediately I was like, oh, Harvey, oh no. But why don't I feel the same way about R. Kelly? Because a part of me wants to I wish better for him. I wanted him to get better.
Can I just say this one thing?
Yeah.
I noticed that with a lot of my Black female friends, a lot of Black women, like y'all do this almost to a fault. Y'all are very supportive of Black men. And it's like, y'all just, I'm not gonna say y'all make excuses for niggas, but y'all sometimes, it's like I feel like we gotta hold people accountable sometimes. I'm a big personal accountability person. So I don't care. I do want to ride for you that when you're Black, I hate that it had to be you. But if you out here hurting kids and they got you on tape,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't do nothing for you.
I think it's harder for women. This is not regarding R. Kelly. I think it's not harder for Black women, but we treat Black men like that because we have seen way more horrific things happen to you all. Like, anytime Trevor leaves the house, I pray, I don't know what's going to happen. I just freak out. Y'all know, as Black men who are my friends, y'all know that I support you on everything you do. I'm your greatest cheerleader, and it will be like that till the day that I leave this earth. So, even I was even thinking about it. I do kind of feel empathetic for R. Kelly. It's like 0.0000006%, only because I don't want to see a black man go down for
But you
this
wanted to
at
stone
all.
him. But you said I want to stone him.
I wish a black man never did it.
I still feel the 0.806% bad. That's about it. Because I just feel like at some point this could have been stopped.
And that's what Christina says in her comments. She said most of all of this goes back to assessing tools that will help us with our mental health. It's stressful out here. And then Phil says that he's been on tape for years. And that's true. And that's why I said all those people that were stood by and watched, help him do that, set that up, they knew what he was doing with them young girls in the studio. Why they did that late at night? Like stuff like that. Like you.
Yeah, the parents should go to jail for trafficking their children.
Yeah.
And all
and
this.
they all are black.
Talking about, I didn't think the rumors were true.
But hold on. That's how. But see, before I want to do that though, you got to think about the situation some of these families are in. And I'm not saying that is right, but that's how oppressed we are. That we will value money, getting some money, like no matter what will happen to our child, because hey, something bad might happen, but they might get famous, and we might get pulled up out of this squalor that we in. And that's a sad fact of black life. And we're not looking at that. Like some of those families are thinking, yeah,
or because some of the parents I saw, I think they was pretty well off.
Well, yeah, that one the one black dude with the chain and who had the little girl dressed as a little boy, and she went to the hotel to go pick her up, and then she went right back. Yeah, they would looked a little better off. But the other girl was she was pretty bad off. Like her family situation was not good, and they basically.
I don't think you have to be poor to sell yourself for money. Because look at the Kardashians. Like, I don't necessarily think you have to be like broke to want to sell your child. Cause didn't Kris Jenner, like they said that she looked at the tape of her Kim? Not to go on a tangent, but I'm just saying, like,
I just feel like whatever sorriness y'all feel for Kels, put it into somebody who needs the help now, who could be redeemed now, who hasn't gone as far.
Man, let me put a little clap on that. All right, let's move on to the last topic of the night, because this one's pretty funny. OnlyFans.
Oh, that's sad. That's not even funny, bro.
Hey, it's unemployment line gonna look a little different next week. OnlyFans is banning its pornographic content. They are trying to move to a more G-rated, family-rated content model, and I feel like they just about to lose everything. So it's like Subway not selling Subway. Like they ain't selling no subs. Like y'all just selling meats and cheeses.
Meats.
Do we like you just do you so Anthony, I'll let you have it. A lot of people, talk down on people who do sex work and whatnot, but it's been very lucrative for a lot of people, and a lot of them have come out and said, like, if you do this, you are killing our way of making money, you're killing our life, like we'll have to start all over. Do you feel sympathy for them? Do you think OnlyFans is making a good decision? Do you think this is just dumb altogether?
I'm sorry, Izzy just posted a comment.
Oh my god, what did he say?
he posted his OnlyFans link in here. Anyway. Anyway, all right. So first of all, okay, let me ask y'all a question. If you get a cut, what do you put on that cut?
Neosporin.
Okay, then what? To cover it?
Band-Aid.
A Band-Aid. But Band-Aid is a brand. That's not what the actual thing is called. It's called a bandage. But my point is that, like, the brand is so strong when you think about when you think about the what you need, you call it a Band-Aid. So coming back to OnlyFans, OnlyFans is about sex. Okay, that's what I think about. When I think about OnlyFans, I think about going to go watch somebody, someone on their live. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to be able to shake that brand. That's their brand. You know what I mean? Or if they do, it's going to take years. Because when you think about OnlyFans, you think about an old man buying foot pictures. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so number one, I think it's a terrible choice. Number two, I think the United States needs to stop with the hypocrisy. We do this in a lot of things, like with freedom and stuff, and with morality and stuff. Like, I feel like, look, sex work is real. It happens everywhere. And I think that you could be morally, personally against it. I don't watch porn. I'm not into sex work. I don't solicit sex workers. But when you try to like illegitimize it, it just creates more corruption. Like remember the prohibition, the alcohol prohibition, just had more people doing speakeasies and like doing other illegal things. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's kind of bad. I think it's going to be a negative thing, and it's going to hurt a lot of people as far as their income.
Erica.
I agree with what Anthony was saying, where like we can't make our personal like moral compass the what society should follow. Like I think I think that first, like we need to stop shaming sex workers because it makes it unsafe for sex workers to do their job. You know, that's one. And then two, like as far as OnlyFans goes, like I think they should have done a gradual like change in their brand, like just cutting off like the sexual content after building their customer base around that is just sounds like a dumb business move. Like they should have slowly changed to something else. So I think they're gonna lose a lot of money.
Chanel. Oh, the eye roll. We about to get it. Go ahead.
I think the people that are complaining about sex workers are two people. One, someone who their significant other decided to cheat on them with a sex worker, or someone who has a very serious issue with their body because what has a sex worker done to anyone? Well, honestly, what has a sex worker done to anyone except get paid for having sex? It does not impact us at all unless you're the person who your significant other decided to solicit them and have sex. Beyond that, it is wild to me that we live in a nation where sex is like the number one seller, but a person can't choose to get paid to do it. And with the OnlyFans thing, I can't really comprehend why they thought that was a smart move. Like, did someone get caught messing with someone, or did the CEO, was he actually like on there and his girl or man or whoever found out? Like, what is the real reason to take this down? Because I know they were making bread.
Yeah.
So I think it's dumb, and I think that people need to just get over the fact that people have sex. And they get paid for it sometimes. Like,
yeah. So my viewpoint on it is, I honestly think this has something to do with the investors not wanting to put any more backing into it unless the content changed. And I think that might have pushed it a little bit, probably more than just it being sex work. But we got to realize, like, sex work is the oldest profession in the world. Like, and if you go to like the Netherlands and whatnot, Amsterdam, it's legal. Like they have legal brothels, like legal, everything's legal. Because and just like with drug use over there, it's like the more you criminalize something, the worse the problem's gonna get. Because now people are doing unregulated, and it's like even in Norway and those countries, they leave needles, like clean needles for heroin users out. Like they have receptacles for clean needles for them to use it because they say, well, they might not be ready to reform right now, but at least we can keep them alive by providing this. So maybe there's a chance they will change instead of, they don't change, they just die. Like, so I feel like this is it's a dumb move, but if the investors want it, they got to do what the investors want to do. Like at the end of the day, but I know Snapchat is over there just like this because they know them premiums that's coming back. they waiting like. Because for every business, for everything you won't do in a business, another business is waiting to get it. And OnlyFans had a cap on this market. Like there are other sites too, not just them. But it's like you were it. OnlyFans was everything. There's people who are famous now, like that are Instagram models and opening up for clubs and having promotions based on OnlyFans pages. So, and I also feel like it, like Erica was saying, it just took a safe space away from a lot of women. They could do this in the comfort of their own homes. They were doing this without any intrusion. And now they're gonna have to go find some other way to do this. And I just feel like that wasn't taken into effect. Like if that's your livelihood, that's your livelihood. I'm not gonna talk about anybody's livelihood like that. But to take that away from them and to do it so fast without you, like you said, giving them like maybe to like October 31st, this is when we'll like cut it off. Like give people a chance, to set something else up, but they didn't. Anthony, my question for you is, could you date somebody who had an OnlyFans page?
Nah. I mean, I know some young ladies that have OnlyFans, but we not in committed relationships though. So that's different.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? That's different.
Just browsing through the catalog, Anthony. Just browsing through the catalog.
But no, could I be like married to some woman on OnlyFans? No. That's just me. I gotta keep it real with myself. Like, if you for me, you gotta be only for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's virtually, in person, whatever. Like, if you that, yeah. If you for me, you gotta be for your boy, and that's it.
Okay. Erica, could you date if your man had an OnlyFans page, man, a lady or whatever, you know, had an OnlyFans page? Would you be cool with that?
No, that's just corny. That's like my man being a stripper. Like, it's just kind of corny to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that may be a lame thing. That may be a wrong thing to say, but no, I'm not happy to that.
Hold on. What you said, Janelle?
If I'm going to a strip club, I'm not going to see a man strip. I'm going to see
either.
He's in some booty. Okay, like I don't. Male strip clubs just don't appeal to me. They don't.
Yeah, it is popcorny.
Wow.
I don't think women. I know we talked about this before, but I don't think women are. Or I'm not as a woman like that. Like body doesn't do it that much for me all the time.
Yeah. If I'm
what does it for you, Erica? If you don't mind me asking. You can say pass.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
No, we're gonna talk about that. We should have a show. We should talk about that.
That's a topic though. We should talk about that later. We should.
She said, "Let me prepare myself."
Right. She was like, "Yeah, nah, it's not for the internet, bro."
No. So Janelle, question. Trevor's like, "Oh, you know, babe, things ain't going so great at work right now. Things ain't working at work right now, but I'm about to get this OnlyFans started and train with Trev, about to be like the #1 page on OnlyFans. Would you be cool with that?"
I told him to start an OnlyFans for his training page because you can do non-sexual stuff. Yeah. I also asked if he wanted us to start an OnlyFans as a joke. I was like, "We can start OnlyFans if we get broke," and he was like, "Great, I'll put it in our back pocket."
But no, what if it wasn't just like training? It was like him training, explicit training. Like he turned it into like a training.
It was Brittany Renner training.
Yeah, Brittany Renner training.
It's training, but
like he baby oiled. He's training.
I'm hypothetical, but I'm really thinking of Trevor, and I know that even if I said, yeah, go ahead, he would. That's not something he would do. Now, maybe if it was him and you asked him about me, that'd be different. But nah, I'm not down with that. No.
What
about you, Marcus? Are you dating OnlyFans shorties?
Let me read these comments. Charlotte says it was a corporate significant other than was cheated on with an OnlyFans user. They big mad and said cancel all that.
Thanks, Charlotte.
So wait, Charlotte, you ain't gonna let up? Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. But what you say? What was your question, Anthony?
Would you date if your young lady you're dating was doing OnlyFans? Mm-hmm. Would you be okay with that?
Man, nah, I couldn't do it. And my thing, it's like I say that, like I want to defend women who do sex work. I feel like it's legitimate and that's what they do. But at the same time, I'm not with that. Like I just can't get with that. I would want my Janelle.
What if all she was doing was just like showing her toes? Because like there are different. If you think about it, there are different like tiers.
There's like fetishes, different.
Because I thought about it. Like I was like, I want
just my toes. That's it. That's all I gotta show.
No, I mean
Euphoria. Have you ever watched Euphoria with
Zendaya? Wasn't it?
Nah.
And Kitty was
the mask of her
getting paid. I thought about it. I was
like, no, look. In every viral post, there's an old middle-aged man who's like, I buy feet pictures. He will put his phone number in the comments, be like, seriously, DM me, I buy feet pictures.
No, I just don't think I could. I just wouldn't want any of that because I would, and that, of course, whoever I marry, their body does not belong to me. It's still her body. But I feel like that's like my treasure. Like I don't want to share my treasure with everybody. Like this is.
Would you still feel that way? Like if for like pictures on Instagram, like where girl posts pictures of showing more of her body on Instagram too, or OnlyFans is the is the OnlyFans only that you can't?
I just don't want it to be explicit. My thing is, if you walking on the beach and you feeling good in your 2-piece, feel good in your 2-piece or 1-piece or whatever you wearing, post your stuff. Like I want you to feel good. I know people gonna be looking at you anyway. So I have to be. So
videos,
I'm not getting paid for it.
Yeah. So videos is too far then, or
yeah, I don't want you to.
I think it's the point of like you're doing
What's
this
the
video
intent?
for someone
Yeah,
who
the
actually do
intent.
it.
Yeah.
They're soliciting your services.
Yeah, I don't want it to be a service. Like other people can get it. Like I just don't.
But I'm not saying that OnlyFans is wrong. I'm just saying it's wrong for Anthony.
Yeah, it's wrong for Marcus.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't work for me.
It's not gonna work for your boy.
I'll be daggone. I'm sitting laying next to you and I see somebody texting you. When you gonna post your next feet pics? Like, bruh, like
that would just piss me off.
I'll be mad. It's like I'd lose everything.
I gotta make this money real quick.
Yeah, babe, I'm going in the bathroom real quick. I open up the door. You taking pictures of your feet? Like I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
PS5 or what?
I think if somebody was like,
I don't even play games. I don't play video games. Babe, my bad. Go ahead, Janelle.
Babe, can you hold the camera? Like,
so I know a girl that got asked by a guy to like send videos to him of her just doing her hair, and he was going to pay her all this money. I was like,
it'd be hard to say no.
Where do I sign up? How often do I do my hair? Like,
no, because you don't know what he's doing with the videos, man.
Not my problem. I just want my bank account to have that bag, boo boo.
Nah, look, I'll say that I'll make enough money to where that's not gonna be an attempt to whoever I'm with, because we ain't gonna be out here.
No, hey, Anthony, imagine you be out in public and somebody recognize, like your girl wearing sandals and somebody recognize her feet. You in line at Carolina Kitchen, and he'd be like, Yo, that's her feet, bro. I just got a pic of her feet. Can you imagine how you would feel if that happened to you? Somebody recognize your wife off the pictures from OnlyFans?
I have to and report back.
Like, nah.
I'm gonna.
I don't know, man.
$1,000 a week to send them pictures of my toes. I promise you, he'd be like, "Where I send you to get the pedicure?" I'm telling you, like.
He might.
Is expensive. Come on.
I mean, okay, so how
and people get paid for actual like YouTube stars have like hair channels they make a lot of money off of. So it's just on OnlyFans. So people, like doing your hair on OnlyFans.
People in the comments, let me know if y'all would do OnlyFans. If y'all ever thought about it, if y'all would consider it, because
hair is expensive. Come on now.
Yeah, hair is expensive.
Hello?
It takes a long time to do.
Phil said, "Do we all have a price? Like, is there a price that you like?" So Anthony, as a you're a guy, you're a solid dude. What would somebody have to offer you to do that? To like take a picture and put it out
to brush your beard for OnlyFans? How much?
Show your
well, Anthony be running down the street with nothing on. So I mean, that's cool.
I love a nice oiled scalp.
I'll say this. I'm single, so like I could do whatever I want, and if I need money, I can get it. But if I'm with someone and she's like, babe, I would prefer that you didn't send people videos of your head for them to do whatever they will with, then I'll be like, okay, I can respect that.
So does the OnlyFans pass matter more than like them doing it currently?
Does the OnlyFans pass?
Like if they did OnlyFans in the past, that matter more to you than?
I'm gonna make it as broad as like if you did porn in the past.
Or that was on their OnlyFans. What if that was the content?
Consider OnlyFans porn like for
real?
It's pornographic, but it's not like
there's people who
you know what I'm saying?
There's
sound effects.
But no, there are a lot of old like retired porn actresses and actors on OnlyFans still doing it on OnlyFans because they can control and own their content.
That makes it even worse. They was just trying to make some extra money.
And that's the thing.
Let them make their money. They can do that. Let them do that.
There's a porn star who was on there, some white lady, I forget it, but she was basically saying the reason she came to OnlyFans was because people don't know that like in the porn industry, you don't own anything. Like those production companies own your image. They own every video you make. So she was like, I made over 200 scenes. I own none of them. But here I own my content. I direct my content. I decide who I want to sleep with and who I don't. Like,
thank you, Bill. Sorry.
So what did Phil say?
Y'all don't know that daycare bill. Y'all don't know what that.
Oh, my cousin told me how much I was going to offer to pay for her daycare for her kids because they my godson. She was like, it's $1,000. I think like I don't know if she said a month or a week, but it's for both of them.
A week.
She got two sons. It's $1,000. I was like, oh God.
Yep.
Man,
week.
I don't know. I just was I OnlyFans. I got nothing against anybody who does, especially if we have a listener here that has an OnlyFans page. I want you to know, do what you do.
Send it to me if you got it. Nah, I'm just playing with you.
Put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it, twist it, whatever you got to do.
Whatever you got to do to make the bucks. But it just might not be. It's just not for me as a person. So Erica says she ain't got no problem with it for real. Would you have a problem if it was in the past or or is it more currently for you? Like you asked.
For me,
yeah.
Like I said, I think it's corny. So I just don't want me to be too corny. So no, I don't want him to have it.
When it's a guy.
See, y'all did all that devil's advocate. Now you
now they flip it. Yeah, now they flip it.
Yeah, I don't want it for me. I was just asking to see how your answer was stronger now. You really meant that.
That's crazy. But so
that's how y'all do. That's exactly how y'all do.
If the person is doing something sexual, or
what is OnlyFans is sexual?
Ooh.
That's what it is.
Charlotte said $11.35 a month. Ooh.
People are on OnlyFans doing a lot of things besides sexual stuff.
Yeah, there's cooking.
That like they're doing on Instagram, like promoting their business and stuff. That's why I'm asking.
It's like Patreon now, or that's what they want to do.
But we're talking about the explicit.
Yeah,
the explicit
I think
stuff.
the sexual stuff is what I don't have a problem with.
Because that's what it's. Let's be real. That's what it's known
for. Why
for.
you doing that?
So y'all know I like to do my little skincare, and like every now and then a brand will send me skincare products to review or whatever. And sometimes I'll get compensated.
Okay, flex. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone was like, "I enjoy watching you do that. I will pay you $1,000 if you send me videos of you washing your face," y'all would think that.
No.
Would y'all just?
No,
like, yeah,
but it would be different.
I'm not judging.
It would be
nobody
different.
For OnlyFans.
Yeah,
that's the point. That's the whole. I'm not judging. You can do what you want.
Say we were together, would you be like, "No, you're not doing that"?
No, you just washing your face. Now, if he said, "I'll pay you to do that," and you in lingerie doing that, now I'm be like, that's like, I ain't feeling
$1,000 a day.
But I'm saying his fetish is watching someone watching a woman wash her face. Because y'all were saying you didn't want that, like.
Niggas are into some weird shit.
I was about to say that's weird.
But I'm saying if we were together and someone offered to pay me, because this is going to be your money too. Remember this. This is going to be your money too.
I'm glad you said that. So I better have a PS5. I better have everything I need to get started. But no, I think it would be different if he told you like he wanted to see you, like if he just said he wanted to see you wash your face, that's fine. But if he was putting stipulations like, but I want to see you do it while wearing this or while doing that, now we got a problem. Here's a comment. I don't think I would, but if I'm not doing anything sexual, then I might consider it. If you hold on.
Out here saying it. I'm here for her.
If you want to pay for feet, sure. If it's non-sexual.
Yes, I am, Phil. Yes, I am.
Are you okay knowing someone is getting off to you doing your skincare routine?
But I hope they enjoy it. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Charlotte.
Mama might be listening. I'm sorry, Mom.
Charlotte said he is watching you wash your face, and his other hand is occupied. I can't.
What that do with me?
I don't know.
I don't see it. The only thing I see is my bank account.
Janelle says she don't see nothing wrong with a skincare routine. Let me stop before I get struck by lightning. I'm sorry, girl.
But that's crazy.
All right.
No, but I'm anxious to see where OnlyFans goes from this, because either this is like going to be a cataclysmic company ending failure, or they got something up their sleeve that they know about. Like, I feel like you don't make a move like this unless you got something
planned.
Yeah,
you know what's gonna happen. Y'all remember Vine? That's what's gonna happen to OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Everyone download fan base.
It's the
black version.
You said what? What's the
black? It's called a fan base. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Erica. Please. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I think it's called the fan base app. Everyone should download that. I think it's supposed to be like a black owner version of OnlyFans.
Oh my god.
Fan base app. Y'all heard it here first.
Okay. Charlotte said lotion.
Didn't I'm not trying. No offense. I'm not trying to see other people. I'm okay with just seeing the blacks. Like, I gotta be real. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What other people are there, Janelle? What are the others?
Listen, I don't get mad at people for having their preferences. Okay, as long as your preference doesn't openly harm someone. Like, I feel like you can just have your preferences. Everybody just doesn't have to know.
Like Jay Crowder.
No.
I mean, he slipped in her DM. Anthony, tell the story. Tell the story. We got a little bit of time left. Anthony, go tell the story.
Look, real quick. For the people who don't know, Jay Crowder is a, I guess, power forward.
Yeah.
He was in the finals with the Miami Heat last year, and then this past finals he was with the Suns. So he's a good journeyman. You know what I'm saying? He's not no superstar, but he is a guy that you want on your team. Slid into regular Shorty's DMs. She was a white woman. And he was like, "Hey, love, you got my attention, da 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 da." She ain't respond. He was like, "Oh, my bad. I don't know. Do you like black guys?"
He said,
My bad.
He
I'm
said, "I'm
sorry. Do
sorry."
you like black guys? And he spelled
I'm
your.
sorry.
He said, I don't. He's. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're into black guys. He spelled your, UOR. I mean, I'm sorry, UO.
I thought it was
YOUR, which really irks me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Should have been that apostrophe RE. And just why would you apologize for being black? You're rich. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, not being rich negates blackness, but why apologize for being black?
He lost the finals and lost in the DMs. Like, you can't take 2 L's like that in the summer, like back to back. That's crazy. And
that was worse.
That's it.
He said that was worse.
Go ahead, Erica. My bad.
I was gonna say, I just feel like those women of other color can have him. The ones that have to apologize for being black, like we don't even want you. Like I don't think any black woman should ever feel bad about a guy like that. Go, please have them. He's corny.
Yeah, that was whack as shit. I just feel like Jay, aim higher, bro. Shoot for the moon.
And she was regular.
You land in the stars, brother. Come on.
And
now.
the fact that she put him on blast.
His girl say the N-word to him.
What?
She said she feels like that. She feels like that.
She probably does. That's how I feel, honestly.
Yeah.
When it's situations like that, I'm like, she just rapping it and thinks it's funny, and you probably giggle.
Let's be clear, though. We're not saying we're against
black jokes and he laughing.
Let's be clear. We're not saying we're against interracial relationships.
Oh, no.
No, a guy that apologizes for being black gives that kind of vibe.
Yeah, you're giving me y'all gonna take them slavery pictures in the fields vibe. Like that.
You still mad about that?
Because why are you sorry?
Sorry for what? That's what baffles me. Like, and I mean, I really have to think of it in a way of like, how a long time ago white women were made out to be like, just so worshipped and so hard for a black man to, get them or whatever. But boo, it's 2021. I don't want to hear that crap no more. Like, don't sit up here and tell me that you felt the need to apologize for being black.
Yeah.
To this mop hair. I'm not gonna get upset. I'm sorry.
The thing that blows me is like Shorty was like, okay, y'all know we went to Howard, right? Okay. There's a lot of attractive people at Howard. You wouldn't even know. She couldn't even work in the calf at Howard. You know what I'm saying? Like she just like
you're not even cleaning the toilets.
Well,
it's really when I have to watch a black man go so low for these white women. That's what pisses us off. It's not about y'all being with white women, whatever. You're with who you're with. But the fact that you have to go so low to be with her. Like, I hate when I'm out in public and I see a black man with a white woman, and if he sees me, he'll put his head down as if he's ashamed to be with her.
Yes, that's so...
I will. Hold on. Let me just say this.
Because I could care less.
Taxi is crazy.
Let me just say this real quick. Y'all two don't care. Look, I haven't dealt with that many white women, right? But even I have a white female friend. We just friends. But when we go out, people don't know if we dating or not. And you definitely feel the eyes on you. They looking at you like, really, bro? You had to date a white woman? Like, that's people be mad about.
And I was gonna ask that, Anthony. Though, do you feel the same way when you see a black woman with a white man? Do you feel any type of way?
I don't care. I really don't care at all.
Do y'all feel any type of way when y'all see that? Like,
there's only
I don't care unless you apologize for being black like this man did, or talking about black women. That pisses me off to no end. Like, just date your woman, be happy with her. Don't bring us up.
And with the white woman doesn't hear how disrespectful that is to her. You're only with her because you have an issue with black women, not because you're actually into her.
With themselves.
And she doesn't even realize how rude that is to her. But there's only been one time where I felt like some type of way about a black man being with a white woman. I was at Hill Country, and the couple walked in. I remember the white woman, she was so tall. And she was really attractive. And she walked in, grabbed his arm, and looked at the table. I was with like 4 other black women. And she gave us the nastiest look like, yeah, I'm with him. And I'm like, baby girl. And I'm looking at him like, what is this? What do y'all have to prove? Because if your love is founded on everybody else's approval, what a sucky relationship to have.
Yeah.
Dang.
Only thing I could say is I don't think I could marry. Huh?
Phil said, stares at my black wife.
But you knew, honey.
We love you, brother.
Yeah, you in there. You always in there.
I would just say I don't think I could marry a white woman just because she might not be racist, but it's gonna be somebody in her family, some Billy Bob Thornton somewhere gonna be mad. You know what I'm saying?
At least one.
That's true.
That's my problem with marrying a white man. It's just his family.
The one time I almost dated a white girl, she literally told me, she was like, "I think you're amazing, but I could never take you home." And I was like,
we can end this right here.
And that's why I said, I was like, "Thank you for telling me that," and I'm out the door. That's it, y'all. That's all you got to say.
It's like dating different religion. Well, it's like I don't want to date someone of a different religion because I don't want to deal with that, with that backlash.
I think I could do different religion.
I couldn't.
It depends on.
I've done it.
Oh,
which religion was it? Which religion was it?
I was with someone for 7 years and he was Muslim. I'm Christian, so that was.
Hold on, my bad.
Ooh, that's something we should talk about on the show one day. Talk about maybe we need to bring back millennial dating and talk about that again. So, and bring that back up for part 3.
Yeah.
That's different. But look, y'all, we've run our time for the night. I hope all y'all enjoyed watching us here tonight and welcoming Erica in for her first full-fledged episode in the Man Cave. So she'll be here. Y'all be seeing a lot more of her. So definitely start following her, start seeing everything that she's doing. And we had a great show tonight. I think we did. I hope y'all like the new look too. I think the new look looks a little bit more classy. It makes us look a little professional. As you can see down at the bottom of our screen, those are the links where you can find us at on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Look at that. Look, so y'all don't have to ask me no more. It's all down there. And with that being said, let's end on a high note. Somebody always has it worse than you. And just remember that coming up this week, if things ain't going right in your life, just know somebody is wishing they could trade places with you. So live your life fully, live it intentionally, make the best of everything, and bless somebody if you can. Anybody got anything before we leave now? All right, Dan. You know what that means. Peace.
Bye.